Blue whales, biggest and most powerful animal on Earth. It's actually quite interesting how, despite the water being about 70% of the surface of the Earth, we know so little about what's out there. However, we do know about one of the largest and most powerful aquatic mammals that roam the oceans. That's right, we're talking about the blue whale. Today, we'll be looking into the history of the blue whale on the planet, some of its defining characteristics, and what makes it so powerful. So let's jump right in. History. So what is the blue whale? Well, the blue whale is the largest animal known to have ever existed on Earth. That's no small feat considering the size of some of the animals we've talked about on the channel. It is a marine mammal belonging to the baleen whale suborder Mysticeti. Blue whales are found in various oceans worldwide. Despite significant population reductions due to historical whaling, they continue to inhabit specific regions. Blue whales can be observed swimming along the eastern North Pacific along the coasts of California, Oregon, and Washington in the United States, as well as in the waters off British Columbia in Canada and parts of the Bering Sea. The Southern Ocean surrounding Antarctica is another important habitat for blue whales. They undertake seasonal migrations between feeding grounds in the Southern Ocean and breeding grounds near the equator. The blue whale lineage, known as rorquals, includes other large whale species like fin whales, humpback whales, and minke whales. Specifically, the blue whale is scientifically known as Balaenoptera musculus and has an interesting etymology behind its genus and species names. Balaenoptera translates to winged whale, while musculus can mean muscle or a diminutive form of mouse. The earliest published description of a blue whale can be found in Robert Sibbald's Phalenologia Nova. In 1692, Sibbald encountered a stranded whale in Scotland. And what's cool is, initially, blue whales were referred to as Sibbald's rorqual in honor of Robert Sibbald. While in Herman Melville's novel Moby Dick, the blue whale is referred to as sulphur bottom due to the accumulation of diatoms that give its pale underside a yellowish appearance, which we'll talk about later in the video. Size and weight. Earlier, we said that the blue whale is the largest animal to have ever existed on Earth. So exactly how big are these giants? Well, according to the International Whaling Commission database, there are reports of 88 individuals measuring over 30 meters, 98 feet in length, including one measuring 33 meters, 108 feet. And it's also worth noting that female blue whales tend to be larger than males. In terms of weight, males in the northern hemisphere weigh approximately 100 metric tons, 220,000 pounds, while females weigh about 112 metric tons, 247,000 pounds. And here's a fun fact: the heart of the blue whale is recorded as the largest heart of any known animal. This was discovered from the heart of a stranded North Atlantic blue whale that weighed 180 kilograms, 400 pounds. You might be wondering how these giants survive despite being so large. Well, blue whales have several adaptations that allow them to peacefully roam the ocean. Let's talk about them. Number 1. Buoyancy. Blue whales possess a thick layer of blubber, or fat, beneath their skin. This blubber provides buoyancy, allowing them to float in water and counteract their weight. It helps conserve energy during swimming and facilitates their movement through the water. Number 2. Streamlined body. Also, blue whales have streamlined hydrodynamic bodies that reduce drag as they swim. Their sleek shape, absence of hind limbs, and lack of external ears minimize resistance, enabling them to move efficiently through the water. Number 3. Efficient locomotion. What's more is, with their powerful tails, known as flukes, whales generate thrust to propel themselves forward with relative ease. By moving their tails up and down, they create significant force. enabling them to swim at considerable speeds despite their size. Additionally, their large pectoral flippers aid in maneuverability. Number 4. Energy efficiency. Finally, despite their immense size, whales have relatively low metabolic rates compared to their body mass. They require less energy per unit of body weight than smaller animals. Adaptations like slower heart rates, reduced respiration rates during dives, and specialized oxygen-storing proteins in their blood help them conserve energy and endure extended periods underwater. Appearance. Blue whales have a, you guessed it, bluish-gray color on their upper surface, often with variations in intensity and pattern. The shade of blue can range from a deep blue to a lighter grayish blue. Blue whales also possess ventral pleats, which are accordion-like grooves or folds on the underside of their bodies. These pleats allow their throat and the underside of their mouth to expand greatly during feeding. The blue whale has a relatively small dorsal fin located near the rear of its body. The fin is proportionally small compared to its immense size, typically measuring about 30 centimeters, 1 foot, in height. And the tail flukes of a blue whale are large and powerful. They are horizontally oriented and can span up to 7 meters, 23 feet, across. The flukes play a crucial role in propulsion and are used to generate force for swimming. Diving. Blue whales are remarkable divers, capable of reaching impressive depths in search of food. On average, they dive to depths around 300 to 500 meters, 984 to 1,640 feet. However, they have been known to go as deep as 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet, or more during their feeding dives. For some frame of reference, the Grand Canyon reaches a depth of around 1,800 meters, 6,000 feet. Diving to 1,000 meters would be more than halfway down the depth of the Grand Canyon. When a blue whale dives, it typically stays submerged for about 10 to 20 minutes before resurfacing. After each dive, it spends a shorter period at the surface, usually around 3 to 5 minutes, to breathe and replenish its oxygen supply. During this time, the whale exhales forcefully, producing a characteristic spout of water vapor that can reach heights of up to 9 meters, 30 feet. While blue whales have impressive lung capacity, they are not capable of extracting all the oxygen from a single breath. Their massive size and metabolic demands require them to come up for oxygen regularly. Therefore, they need to make frequent trips to the surface to breathe in between their deep dives. Vocalization. Blue whales produce low-frequency vocalizations known as songs. These songs typically range from around 10 to 40 hertz, which is below the range of human hearing. They can travel vast distances underwater, allowing communication between individuals over large areas. Blue whale songs consist of repeated sequences of distinct sound patterns. Each song can last from a few minutes to several hours. These songs often consist of deep moans, pulses, and rumbling sounds. Blue whales use vocalizations for long-distance communication, likely for purposes such as finding mates, maintaining social contact, and potentially indicating their presence or location to other blue whales in the area. Also, interestingly, blue whales are believed to exhibit cultural transmission of their vocalization. This means that specific vocal patterns and songs are learned and passed down from one generation to the next, similar to cultural traditions among humans. Diet. When it comes to feeding, blue whales are filter feeders that primarily feed on small shrimp-like marine crustaceans called krill that form large swarms in the ocean. What's interesting is blue whales have a specialized feeding mechanism that allows them to consume vast quantities of krill in a single gulp. This means that a blue whale opens its massive mouth and engulfs a large volume of water along with the krill. As the water enters its mouth, the whale's baleen plates act as a filter, allowing water to escape while trapping the krill. The whale then pushes its tongue against the baleen plate, forcing the water out and trapping the krill inside its mouth. It then swallows the krill, which can number in the thousands with each gulp. As we mentioned before, blue whales have enormous appetites due to their size and high energy requirements. An adult blue whale can consume several tons of krill each day, as they need to consume a large amount of these tiny organisms to sustain their massive bodies. They often feed during the summer months in areas where krill populations are abundant, such as polar regions and areas with strong upwelling currents. Predation. Although the blue whale is so large and powerful that there are no known predators of the blue whale, and most die of natural causes due to age, however, there have been rare instances where orcas, also known as killer whales, have been observed predating on blue whales, particularly targeting calves or weakened individuals. These interactions between orcas and blue whales are relatively infrequent and not fully understood, but do occur. In some cases, groups of orcas have been observed working together to isolate and attack blue whale calves or individuals that may be in a compromised state. They use their coordinated hunting strategies and strong social bonds to overpower and take down larger prey. And that's all about the blue whale. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on videos like this. See you next time.